If you're over 50 and the desire is still there, but your body just doesn't respond the way it used to, this video is for you. You're not broken. You're not too old. And no, it's not all in your head. What you're experiencing is real. And today, I'm going to share the one truth about intimacy after 50 that almost nobody talks about. But that could change everything for you. Because here's what I know. Thousands of men and women in their 50s, 60s, and beyond are discovering something remarkable. They're experiencing deeper intimacy, renewed confidence, and yes, satisfying physical connection. Not by pretending nothing has changed, but by understanding what has and learning how to work with their bodies instead of against them. So if you've been wondering whether great intimacy is still possible for you, stay with me. The answer might surprise you. Let's start with the truth about what happens to our bodies after 50. I'm not going to sugarcoat this because you deserve honesty. But I also want you to understand something crucial. These changes don't mean the end of intimacy. They just mean a new chapter. For women, menopause brings significant changes in estrogen and progesterone. This affects lubrication, tissue sensitivity, and often desire itself. For men, testosterone gradually declines, usually starting years before 50, but becoming more noticeable now. This can affect energy, mood, and sexual response. But here's what's important. These hormonal changes don't eliminate your capacity for pleasure or connection. They just change how your body prepares for it. Arousal for both men and women depends heavily on healthy blood flow. As we age, blood vessels naturally become less flexible. Circulation isn't as robust. Maybe you've noticed this. The desire is there, but the physical response takes longer. Or it feels less predictable than it used to. That's not failure. That's physiology. Let's be honest about something else. At 50 plus, you're likely juggling more than you ever have. Career demands, aging parents, maybe grandchildren, financial pressures, health concerns. So, when the end of the day comes and you're finally alone with your partner, you're exhausted. The spontaneity you once had feels like a distant memory. Desire gets replaced by fatigue. Connection gets postponed until tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes, you know how it goes. And then there's everything you're carrying emotionally. Maybe you're feeling less confident about your body than you once did. Maybe you're anxious about whether you'll perform the way you want to. Maybe years of routine have created distance between you and your partner, and you're not sure how to bridge it. Perhaps you've experienced loss, grief, or health scares that have shifted your relationship with your own mortality and vitality. All of this is completely normal. A landmark study called the SWELL study examined sexual function in adults aged 50 and older. The researchers wanted to understand what really affects intimacy at this stage of life. Here's what they found. While physical changes do occur, many people over 50 maintain active, fulfilling, intimate lives. The determining factors weren't age or hormones alone. What mattered most was overall health, relationship quality, communication, and this is key how people thought about sex and aging. In other words, your beliefs about what's possible matter just as much as your biology. You're not too old. You're at a crossroads. And what you choose to believe and do next makes all the difference. Now let's look at what scientific research tells us about sex, desire, and intimacy after 50. I want to share 4 studies with you, not to overwhelm you with data, but to give you hope backed by evidence. Researchers studied whether Tribulus terrestris, a plant used traditionally for centuries, could help postmenopausal women experiencing challenges with desire and satisfaction. The women in the study reported improvements in sexual desire, arousal, lubrication, and overall satisfaction compared to those who didn't receive the supplement. If you're a woman navigating menopause and feeling like your desire has disappeared, science suggests there may be natural options that can genuinely help. You have more control than you think. A comprehensive review analyzed dozens of studies on sexual function in women over 60. The findings were clear. Many women in this age group remain sexually active and report high levels of satisfaction. The key factors weren't hormones or youth. They were relationship quality, partner communication, accurate information about sexual health, and overall wellness. Age itself isn't the barrier. The real barriers are often lack of information, poor communication, and untreated health issues, all of which you can address. Scientists reviewed multiple studies on herbal supplements designed to support sexual function. They looked at combinations of ingredients like maca, tribulus, ginseng, and others. Their conclusion? These natural approaches showed real promise in supporting libido, arousal, and satisfaction for both men and women, particularly those looking for non-pharmaceutical options. You don't have to choose between suffering in silence and taking prescription medications. There's a middle ground, natural support that works with your body. If you're enjoying the content and want more videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Multiple research projects have confirmed something beautiful. Sexual activity and physical intimacy significantly improve mental health, emotional well-being, cognitive function, and overall life satisfaction in older adults. Intimacy isn't just about pleasure. It's about feeling alive, connected, desired, and vital. One study found that older adults who maintained regular intimate connection had lower rates of depression, better memory, and higher overall happiness. Prioritizing your intimate life isn't selfish or frivolous. It's an essential part of your health and happiness. These studies tell us something powerful. Vibrant intimacy after 50 isn't just possible. It's common when people have the right information and support. So here it is, the secret that no one seems willing to say out loud. Great intimacy after 50 isn't about fixing something that's broken. You're not broken. Your body isn't defective because it's changed. Your desire isn't wrong because it looks different than it did at 30. The real secret is this. Vibrant intimacy after 50 is about supporting what still works. It's about supporting your body with proper nutrition, movement, rest, and when appropriate, natural supplements that work with your physiology. Empowering your mind by releasing shame, letting go of unrealistic expectations, and embracing the intimacy that's possible now, not mourning what was. Strengthening your relationship through honest communication, emotional vulnerability, and making connection a priority instead of an afterthought. Sustaining your whole self, because desire doesn't exist in isolation. When you feel vital, energized, and confident in your daily life, that naturally extends to your intimate life. This is the paradigm shift that changes everything. You're not trying to turn back the clock. You're learning to thrive exactly where you are. And when you approach intimacy from this place, not from desperation or shame, but from empowerment and knowledge, everything shifts. Now let's talk about two natural options that align perfectly with this philosophy of supporting what works, Maca and Tribulus Terrestris. These aren't medications. They're traditional plants that have been used for centuries to support energy, vitality, and desire. Maca, or Lepidium mayeni, is a root vegetable from the high Andes of Peru. For thousands of years, indigenous people have valued it for enhancing stamina, energy, and vitality. Here's how maca may support you after 50. Research suggests maca supports sexual desire in both men and women, without directly altering hormones. Instead, it appears to promote overall balance in the body, which naturally supports libido. One study found that men who took maca reported improved sexual desire after 8 weeks. Similar benefits were noted in women, particularly those experiencing reduced desire due to menopause. Maca is valued for boosting energy and reducing fatigue. When you have more vitality throughout your day, you naturally have more energy for intimacy. Many people over 50 report feeling more like themselves when taking maca, energized, engaged, and ready for life. Some research suggests maca may support emotional well-being and reduce anxiety, particularly in postmenopausal women. Since your emotional state directly impacts desire, this matters enormously. Tribulus terrestris has been used in Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine for centuries, often called a natural aphrodisiac. Here's what it may offer. As we discussed earlier, research has shown Tribulus may help support desire, arousal, and satisfaction, particularly in postmenopausal women. Men have also used it traditionally to support sexual vitality. Studies suggest Tribulus may enhance overall sexual satisfaction by supporting the body's natural processes related to arousal and response. Beyond sexual health, Tribulus has been used to support physical vitality and energy, helping you feel capable, strong, and engaged with life. Both maca and Tribulus are generally safe for most people when used appropriately. However, they are supportive tools, not miracle cures. They work best as part of a holistic approach that includes healthy lifestyle, open communication with your partner, and attention to overall well-being. If you're taking medications, have health conditions, or have any concerns, please consult your healthcare provider before trying any new supplement. These natural options are here to support you, not replace medical care or honest conversations with your doctor. So where does this leave you? Right here, right now, with a choice. You can accept the myth that passion and intimacy end at 50, that your body has betrayed you and there's nothing you can do about it. Or you can choose a different story. You can choose to support your body with movement, nutrition, rest, and natural options like maca or Tribulus if they feel right for you. You have the power to care your mind by releasing shame and embracing what's possible now. You can choose to support your relationship by having the honest, vulnerable conversations that create real intimacy. The research is clear. The evidence is there. Vibrant intimacy after 50 is absolutely possible, but it requires something from you. Here's what I want you to do after watching this video. Choose one small action, just one. Maybe it's having an honest conversation with your partner tonight about what you want and need. Maybe it's scheduling a checkup to address a health concern you've been avoiding. Consider researching natural support options like maca or Tribulus. It could be simply deciding right now that you deserve intimacy and connection, and that you're willing to prioritize it. One action, today. Because here's what I know. Intimacy doesn't improve by accident. It improves by intention. You deserve to feel desired. You deserve connection. You deserve pleasure and vitality at every age. Don't let anyone, including yourself, tell you otherwise. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical, science-backed guidance on living your best, most vibrant life after 50. And leave a comment below. What's one thing you're going to do today to support your intimate life.